Hey, I'm Jamal James Kent, executive chef at Crown Shy in New York City. You're looking at an actual dinner rush in our restaurant kitchen. We're a staff of 10 pastry team members, 15 savory kitchen team members, 25 dining room employees, and many others will work service tonight for up to 300 guests. In just about 6 hours, we'll push out around 1,000 dishes to the dining room, all of which are held to an extremely high standard. I'm going to show you how we keep up with this rush.
2 cauliflower and a Gruyere all day, sir.
The first thing you'll notice is this is an open kitchen, but like super open. The kitchen is basically the same room as the dining room. Man, I think the energy of the kitchen, it just bleeds into the dining room. And people love that table. Table 51 is the big table right in front of the kitchen. The kitchen is grouped into a few main sections. Each section is run by a sous chef with a cluster of line cooks helping with execution. There's pastry with all of our breads and desserts. Then there's garde-manger. This giant work surface is where all of our cold appetizers come from. It's also where some ingredients and components of our hot dishes start off. Yeah, that big overhead pole and caution sign belong to the camera crew. I promise that's not ours. Next to that, this entire section of the kitchen, the whole island, is our hotline. This is where we have our grill, multiple ovens, the planche, our deep fryer, the pasta station, salamanders to heat everything up. All the hot food that we cook in this restaurant comes off of this center suite. Everything starts in the back of the kitchen and slowly moves its way up to the pass. Here we'll see plating, building salads, adding sauces, placing garnishes. So much happens here. It's pretty intense because really it's a mad rush to the pass. Everyone runs up. There's 15 plates that you are finishing and there's 5 or 6 of us. This is not a place where people mess around.
Short rib 2 and 3 also.
So this is the man, the myth, the legend, our culinary director, Jasimran Singh. He's running the kitchen tonight. He's our expediter. He's tracking every order that comes in and every plate that goes out.
Yeah, how long are the Gruyere and cauliflowers? Come on, brother. We're like waiting for this for a long time now, yeah?
He's a fun guy to work with. He's also really intense. And he's worked with me for probably 8 years and was the first person that we hired that came in to build these restaurants. When an order comes in, a ticket is printed at the pass and also around the kitchen for each of the sous chefs. The expo calls out the ticket, and every single person in the kitchen responds with a oui or yes in French.
What if I cut them?
It's really just a way to hold people accountable and make sure everyone is awake and everyone is paying attention. And it's to keep the energy going. You know, it's funny, the first service that we ever had at Crown Shy, and there were lots of people that were new to the world. And that first ticket that was rung in, order in 2 top. Way! And the dining room team was like, wow, is that a thing? They just haven't been in our world. Okay, so before we get into really complicated workflows, here's how this plays out with a simple order for one of our most popular appetizers. Here's the order from the expo.
What if I Gruyere and hummus, please?
All the way in the back is our fryer. Our cook here, his name is Tamu. He just heard an order of Gruyere fritters. They're fried per order, so right away he drops them in the oil. These are like savory churro our pastry team has infused with Gruyere cheese. After they're fried, each one is piped with a cheesy Gruyere Mornay filling. You can see Tamu counting that he has 7 for the order here. And then this is when he gets his steps in. He'll run to the pass and drop them off for the chef to finish. And then he runs back to the fryer for the next round of Gruyere that he's working on. At the pass, they get dusted with a chili cheese powder. So the inspiration for this really early on was a play off of the spicy cheesy Doritos. And the first one we did, I took Doritos and crunched them up and made them powder and put them on top of these fried cheesy donuts, basically. So we essentially made our own Dorito-type flavor of cheesy, chili, citrusy, spicy powder to dust on top. The end result is a crunchy, gooey, zesty, spicy, cheesy bite. It's probably the most popular dish in the restaurant. So the expo sees that the Gruyere is done.
Can we go cauliflower Gruyere 52, brother?
And a server is ready to run it out to the dining room. From order in to the dish walking to the dining room, it could probably take 3-4 minutes fastest. Some dishes like our salads, or the hamachi crudo you're seeing here, can be entirely assembled here at the garde-manger pass. The cooks just have to use the prepped ingredients and pay close attention to plating. Yo, this is only possible with the insane level of preparation that happens before service. A quick side note about prep. Anthony Bourdain years ago said that prep is like the most important part of this. But that's when you get the work done. The first cooks are in around 9 a.m. prepping vegetables, sauces, batters. Our entire pastry team is making breads and desserts. There's a ton of stuff going on. By 2 p.m., the cooks and sous chefs are out on the floor prepping for service. We open at 5:30. And that's when you'll see fridges getting loaded with prepped meats, garnishes chopped, pastas getting cut by hand and inspected. So much happens before the doors even open to make service run smoothly. I think attention to detail is the most important thing. We're in the business of splitting hairs. Okay, back to service. And here's where things get elaborate. So over on the hotline, things take longer to cook. And one thing you'll notice is it comes out in waves. The action here can go from quiet to a build-up to controlled chaos. And I want to show you how this all works. Expo has 2 rows of tickets here. And when it's time to fire the dishes for the hotline, that'll be mostly entrees, he'll put the ticket on the bottom row. Then he's going to write what's called a pick. This is a list of dishes for 7 or 8 tables to make all at once for the hotline. The pick is essentially a spreadsheet. On the left-hand side, they're the items. On the top, it's the table number, and then you can kind of do the math. And on the right-hand side are the amount of items. Now the hotline sous chef is going to call out the pick to everyone on the hotline.
Hotline next pick, 2 short, 3 chicken, 4 crab, 4 pork, 1 oxtail, 3 trish, 3 lobster.
That was 20 dishes, and we want them all to come up to the pass at the same time. There were a few orders for a chicken there, so let's follow that. These are half chickens. They're brined in a fermented habanero citrus brine. Here, they're just getting dried to be grilled later. So when the order comes in, they go on the grill. This is for texture and color on the exterior of the chicken. Yo, the grill is hot as like 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's big. So it allows us to do high volume really quickly. Imagine if each of these chickens had to go in a pan, it just wouldn't work. Right below the grill is an oven. So once we pull the chickens off, they move right down to cook through. Now understand there's a ton of dishes being worked on right now in this pit. At the pasta station, on the plancha, and since the grill and oven dishes take the longest, Francesca, our grill cook, will dictate the timing of this all. That means in 6 minutes, those chickens and whatever else she has on the pick will hit the pass. So we got to get the pass ready. We have specific plates for each entree. So we're going to pull those empty plates out and group them by dish.
Chef Francesca, how long?
Hotline 3 out.
All of our entrees come plated with sides, salads, or garnishes, and there's no time to waste. So we start preparing all that before the food comes up. The ingredients, for the most part, are all in the drawers right below, and we'll bring exactly what we need onto the work surface to get it right next to those plates. Meanwhile, the chickens come out of the oven and are sliced into pieces, but they don't actually go straight to the pass. Francesca brings them over to the salamander where they get brushed with brown butter and popped in just to crisp them up and add a little extra heat to the birds. Think of a salamander as like a 1,200 degree broiler. It's really one of the workhorses of the restaurant. We put our octopus in here, our fish gets cooked through in here, we heat short rib bones. It's gonna get the chicken skin very crispy and a perfect texture. It's a really versatile tool, and it really ensures that we add as much heat to the food before it walks out of the kitchen. Maybe it takes 4 minutes to finish. That 4 minutes, the food is slowly getting cooler and cooler and cooler, so it's really important to add that last shot of heat.
Gene, give us a push over here a little bit, please.
Hotline start plating.
For the most part, every free hand is on the pass plating. So when it comes to our philosophy of Crown Shy, all the food is intended to be shared. So the garnish is spread out evenly. Most of the things are pre-cut. The short rib, it's all sliced. Piece of fish has the same amount of puree. The pork we build on top. The octopus is all cut in small pieces. Everything is garnished or plated in a way that every bite is perfect and even. So not only is the chicken sliced, but we also coat it on the plate with the citrus jus. The jus is orange, grapefruit, lemon, lime, star anise. Since we've already set up the garnishes, they're ready to be plated right away. The romaine and the jalapeno are already ready to go on the bird. And then we finish with this Crown Shy hot sauce. This is my favorite dish. People love it. It's one of the dishes that will never change. Overall, this dish is a little spicy, bright from the citrus, and just incredibly delicious. So when it comes to precision in plating, it's really about being intentional and about putting things where you want them to be. We plate everything with tweezers for the most part. We don't want grubby hands touching food, and it's a way to have precision and have the same dexterity as a hand, but with these really intricate tweezers. The food is just delicious. It's not super fussy, but there's certain things that we just do that are intentional, that are precise. More important, it tastes good. I'd rather food look terrible and be delicious. It's not black or white. There's a gradient. Anyways, these dishes all leave the pass, and everyone has a minute to take stock of their station and what comes next.
On the next pick, 2 short rib, 1 dorade, 2 octo, 3 lobster.
But yeah, it never stops coming. It's a tidal wave after wave after wave. Let's talk about the short rib he just called out. This is another one of those things that we'll never take off the menu. And here we can see the other side of the hotline. It actually starts on the garde manger table. For starters, this portion has already been seasoned, seared, and spent 48 hours in a warm water bath with an immersion circulator. The water's set at such a low temperature, we can keep the short rib, this beautiful rosé color inside. It's going to be a perfect medium. Our cook is positioned here because the short rib is going right behind him on the planche. The planche is really great. It's a large surface space. If we needed to, we could put 20 short ribs on this planche. The heat comes from different points, so you have some control. And compared to the grill, here we get an even sear on things, like our octopus, our squash, and our short rib. After the short rib is seared, our planche cook turns back around and cuts it into slices. Again, all our food is shareable. Then it goes to the salamander because we want everything hot. We cook it at a low temperature for days, never really gets any real high heat, and the only way to do it is that last second salamander, 1,000-degree heat for as quick as you can get in there without f***ing it up. This is the short rib bone that's going into the salamander. It's set in this wooden board where we plate the rib. We cook them, make it like beautifully white. This is a really cool process, and it's something that I learned from my grandfather.
Don't let the bones burn too much, huh?
You should not eat the bone. And you know what? I bring it home to my dog, and we've cooked out all the juice and all the good stuff. She hates it. She won't even eat the bone. So the garnish that goes with this, we have these fried potatoes, fried sunchokes with taleggio, and then we have a chimichurri, which is herby, spicy, citrusy. So we cut the short to make them perfect squares, and there's a lot of extra trim, and we use it in the dish, and that's with the potato espuma that goes on top of it on the side. So potato espuma, it's basically potato puree, and we have horseradish in it, and we put it in a espuma canister. Think a whipped cream canister, and it's basically potato savory whipped cream. I think this dish is delicious, has a lot of technique to it. There's a lot of thought and effort that goes in this dish. Restaurants at this level are like a Swiss timepiece. There's lots of cogs, there's lots of people, there's a lot that goes into running these restaurants. When you come to Crown Chai to dine, this is literally what you'll see. And now you'll understand what everyone in the kitchen is working to deliver, and that's the best experience possible.